what I want to talk to you about is my journey. And then I want to share with you the profound meditation that I had this morning. So this journey that I have been on has unfolded, is unfolding, is the process of unfolding, in the process of unfolding, because it's always in the process, right? And it has turned out to be more than I ever could have dreamed. And there's always a goal, right? We always have a goal. We're always reaching for a feeling, right? I was thinking when I was taking my run today that, running and getting in shape and having that line up your leg, like I like that line up my leg, but you know what I really like? I really like the run. I really like the way that I feel when I'm running. I'm smiling. People probably think I'm crazy because I'm just totally cheesing. I'm smiling and I feel good. And it's about being in the now, in that now. And every stride makes me feel good. And that made me think of the journey and how the run is like the journey. It really is about the journey, isn't it? Not the destination. And that's so cliche, but it's so, so true. And I want to tell you why for me. And I know that in some way you'll be able to resonate or identify with this, or you wouldn't be called to watch this right now in this moment. It's all divine timing. I began this journey in this space about a year ago. And I began the journey because I wanted to make money. I wanted financial abundance. I wanted to step out of nursing. But that didn't come first. What came first is the feeling of being abundant in other ways, the feeling of allowing, the action of letting go of resistance, and really stepping into spiritual, deep, deep growth. I have experienced a level of growth over the past year that I had never dreamed of. I didn't know was possible. And so I want to compare it for a second to the world of nursing and the world of, we'll say, public health, compared to where I am now in this space. And in the health community, we are so stretched, so thin. And a patient dies and you're expected to run to the next room and take care of the other patient with no thought, feeling, or emotion about the one laying in the bed that you have to clean later and take to the morgue. And we do this over and over and over again. And we do it until we're numb. And very few and far between do we debrief and talk about the situation and support as a group, support one another. My sisters in nursing were there for me, but the management didn't bring us together to heal as a community. There was no internal work. And I was done. I was sick of it. And then when I started meditating and I asked, please, Source, bring me a group of people. I want a soul tribe. I want people to vibe with and hang with and jive with and grow with. And it's like it was handed to me on a silver, not even silver, on a golden platter. Here you go. Here is exactly what you think you want, but so, so much more. And so I am so grateful. My heart is so full for you. I'm grateful for you because you are a part of my journey and I am a part of yours. And I am a mirror, and you are a mirror for me. We are here supporting one another, and my heart is so full, like I could just burst because I'm full of so much joy and gratitude for the friends and the connections that I have made on Facebook. Really? On Facebook? Are you kidding me? I never would have thought. If you would have told me this 5 years ago, I would have said, no way, you're crazy. No way, you're crazy. And so I have called in. I have called in, and you have called in. We have called one another. But I'm doing the work, and it feels so good to do the work that really isn't work. Yes, it is work, but it really is play and ascension and a beautiful such a beautiful, enlightening feeling. And so I'm here to tell you that I'm in deep gratitude for the lovely relationships and bonds that I have formed, that we have created together. And I see Gloria. Hey, Gloria. And so after this, I've got some soul sisters that we're going to get on Zoom and just hang out and talk and share with one another. And these are women that I've never met in the flesh. These are all women that I have only met online. And I can't wait to hang out with them. And the other thing I want to share with you is about my meditation. I had session 5 of a quantum healing session that I have been doing. I've been doing this quantum healing over the past 5 weeks, and this was session 5, and it was very profound, and I want to share it with you. And I may cry. I'm going to try not to cry, but I might cry. I know that's okay. You don't mind. So in this session, this is the session where I meet pure love. I meet Source. And so I'm sitting, legs crossed, hands face up, my eyes are closed, and Agna is my beautiful quantum healer, and she's guiding me through this meditation where she says, okay, now I want you to visualize your timelines. And this was a previous session, was our timelines. And she says it's like a boomerang. So, right, you think about a boomerang, right? It's touching me, and I've got to the left, I've got my past timeline, and to the right, I've got my future timeline. And she says, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, and your consciousness is going to leave your body. So you rise up above your body, and you look down and you see yourself, and you look over and you see your timeline. And so you're flying over your past timeline. And so as you're flying over your past timeline, you're going, you're looking down at some of the things in the past, the beautiful situations in your life, thoughts, feelings, and emotions about those as you fly. And you just see what you see, feel what you feel. And then you are going to the end. You're going to the end of your past timeline. And then she says, what do you see? And what I see is a beach. So I am standing on a beach, and there is a rainbow in the distance. And a big part of quantum healing is thanking and gratitude for the resources that you have within your body. And she says, now I want you to thank your consciousness for taking you to this space. And I thank. And what happens is I look out and I see the water turns bright, bright blue. And I thank, and then the water is completely clear, and it's like looking into an aquarium. And I can see all of these beautiful fish, and I thank, and then I see all of these beautiful, beautiful mammals. They're like dolphins and whales swimming around. And I thank, and then I feel this urge to go into the water. And so I go into the water, and I'm swimming through the water, and I realize that I don't need to come up for air. So I'm just swimming, and it's as if I belong in that space. Like I'm not invader, a foreigner. I'm just there with the beautiful creatures. And then I have this intuition to swim out into the distance and to not be afraid. Don't be afraid, just swim. And so I just start swimming out into the distance. I'm swimming, swimming, swimming. And then as I'm swimming, I come out of the water. Hi, Amanda. I come out of the water and I look up, and I'm swimming to the divine. I'm swimming to the light. And I come up and I look and I see a star. But it's not round. It's literally like a 5-point star, like you think of drawing as a kid. And so I'm looking at this star, and it's so bright and it's so beautiful. And as I'm looking, I'm feeling this warmth shining down on me, just radiating on me. And then I thank. And then I feel myself rise up out of the water. And there's this little island that is formed beneath me. And I'm standing there and I'm just like basking in the warmth and the love of Source. And I thank. And then this island turns into a sandbar. It just I see it just growing. Okay. And so then I turn to go back through my past timeline, and Source comes with me. So this star comes with me and hang with me, because the future one gets really cool. And so I'm traveling back into time, and this beautiful light is just shining down on me and on my past timeline, like actively healing all of the parts of my timeline that need to be healed. And I come back and I'm back in my body, and I sit there in that moment. Okay. And then next is we go into the future timeline. And so I rise up again out of my body and I go toward the right side. Okay. And so I'm flying into the future timeline. I'm just going, wherever it takes me. And then I end up in a jungle. I'm in a jungle, and there's all of these like beautiful greenery and plants and all these different shades of green and ferns and these beautiful trees. And then I thank my consciousness for taking me there. And then the green like opens up to this beautiful waterfall. And so this beautiful waterfall is coming down, and I'm just like so full of love. And then I thank, and these birds come. Gloria, you'll like this one. All of these birds come and join me. And I thank, and more birds come and join me. And then a couple of them are like sitting on my shoulder, and I feel this urge to go to the water. And so I walk to the water, and I'm standing there, and I thank, and the water goes completely clear, and I can see, and there's like a clay bottom, it's gray, and then I have this urge to get in, which I think is really interesting, that in both of those like endings of timelines that I have an urge to go into the water. Don't exactly know what that means, but that's interesting. Well, I am a water sign, I am a Cancer. And so I go in and I start swimming. And I start swimming away from the waterfall, but then something pulls me, no, you're going the wrong way. And so I swim toward the waterfall. And again, I don't feel that I have to take a breath. And I go underneath the waterfall into this underwater cave. And I'm swimming, and it's dark, it's completely dark. And then I see this light, and this light, I come up into this light, and it's this chamber, right? And I look up, and I see Source. And the divine is presented to me as a violet ball of light with a yellow surrounding it. And it's just beaming down on me. And I look up, and I'm just basking in this beautiful light. And another interesting thing is in my meditations, always, when I am really deep in meditation, I see a light, and it's violet with a ring around it all the time, and it pulses, and it pulses. Okay, so then it's time to come back. And so I go back to my timeline. This is where it gets really wild. And not that it's already not pretty wild and amazing, but it gets even cooler. And so I'm like flying over this timeline, and I'm flying, and Source is coming with me. And I feel the warmth, and I see this violet and yellow like dust coming down. It's like raining down on me, right? And so I'm coming in, it's raining down on my timeline. Like and she says, Agnes says, my quantum healer says, the activating, there is angel dust sprinkling down on your timeline, activating all of your highest timelines. But I saw that before she said it, and angel wings. There was an angel flying over me. I saw the wings. And so the angels flying over me, this beautiful angel dust is falling down on me and my timeline. And guess what happens? The timeline splits open. I don't know. But it's because it was like, I'm visualizing as like this portal, right? This round circle, and boom, it splits open. and it's just being drenched with all of this glory, all of this beauty, all of this amazingness. And so I'm just cruising back, and I come back into my body, and these angel wings are still behind me. This is still just raining down on me, and I feel this. It's like I could physically feel almost like someone was pouring warm candle wax down my head, and it was just coming down my face. Oh, it was so cool. It was so freaking amazing. I am going to put a link in the comments if you are interested in quantum healing with Agna. She's really amazing. It has had a profound effect on my life, and I'm always doing internal work. You know this about me, right? And I know this about you as well. And I really, truly, I believe that everything we have, everything we need is inside of us. But I felt a very strong connection to Agna, and she's been following me from the beginning of my journey in this online space. I'm very connected to her. She is a soul sister, and I felt called to it. And so, there's like ebbs and flows in this healing journey, right? Like you got to feel it to heal it. Right? You don't want to sit in it, but you got to feel it to heal it. And so I've had some really, really, I've shed a lot of tears, but in a very beautiful way, because I've always felt so much better on the other side. And thank you for listening to that. I really wanted to share it with you because it felt really good. And I know that sharing these meditations serves you on some level. And I just felt really called to share it. But know that I am in deep, deep gratitude for the journey that you are on with me and I am on with you. And, there's always a deeper level to go. And that's the fun of it, right? That's the beauty of it. And I'm always willing to share about my journey and my business. And I know it's not for everyone because we're all walking our own paths, but it would be silly for me not to talk about it because it's touched my life in a profound way. And it has allowed me to step out of a very toxic situation within the nursing field and put me in a high vibrational space where inner work is number one. You do the inner work and everything else. It's like the grid filling in, like Abraham says. You do the work, right? You build the grid and it fills in. It fills in with intention. Anita, I love you too. All right, everyone have an amazing, amazing weekend. My heart is with you. I am just so deeply in love with all of you and in such deep gratitude for you sharing this journey with me, for trusting me and allowing me to be a part of your heart and your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful weekend. All the love in the world to you.